Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this preview and predictions video for this year's Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is regarded as one of the big five. So you've got the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank. They are known as the big five because they are the big five. So let's get straight to the card because this is absolutely stacked. I can tell you it's taking place in Chicago at the Allstate Arena. I did say in yesterday's video, the NXT TakeOver preview, that it wouldn't surprise me if Stephanie brought out Mike the Truth Jackson because he's just had a fight with CM Punk and he beat CM Punk, and Chicago is CM Punk's town. Expect loads of CM Punk chants, but if Steph wanted to get nuclear heat for any angle or anything, just bring out Mike the Truth Jackson and have him gloat about beating CM Punk. Not sure they will do it. They could very easily do it, but yeah, that would be a surprise, which I think would be a lot of fun. Maybe not to the people of Chicago, but you know. The other thing I want to mention just before we get to the card is I will be live streaming during this show. If you jump onto the Wrestling Days channel on YouTube during this event, then you can watch live and take part. Send your comments across about your thoughts, about what you're seeing. But it's going to have lots of competitions. It's going to have all my live reactions, all of my live thoughts. I'm sure we'll do a little review at the end of the video as well. But that's going to start when the kickoff show starts, and it's going to go all the way through the whole event. That is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you join me for that. So, let's get to the card. The first match, Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Now, this match is a grudge match. I think that the build has been okay. I don't think Big Cass is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's certainly not one of the best promos in the world. Daniel Bryan needs to move on to something else. I say Daniel Bryan wins. Next up, we've got the Bludgeon Brothers taking on Gallows and Anderson. This is for the Smackdown Live Tag Team Championships. Obviously, the Bludgeons are the current champions, and I think they retain those titles. The Bludgeons have gone through the Usos, they've gone through the New Day. They literally just needed someone new to go through, and so Gallows and Anderson are the sacrifices, if you will. Gallows and Anderson have been mistreated, misbooked since they came to WWE. I don't see any reason why that would change now, so I think the Bludgeons retain. Next up, we've got the Intercontinental Championship match. This is going to see the current champion and arguably the best wrestler in WWE right now, Seth Rollins, taking on Elias. Now, this should be really easy for Seth. Seth is on a different level to most of the other wrestlers in WWE. Certainly a different level to Elias. So I think this should be very easy for Seth, but I think that there might be a swerve in this match. I just think that something's going to happen. Some kind of heelish tactic that Elias is going to use to get the victory and win that Intercontinental Championship. They seem to be very hot on Elias. I think Elias is selling quite a bit of merchandise. They've started Raws with Elias. Elias has found his way onto pay-per-view shows. I mean, you have to remember, Elias was doing nothing down in NXT. They just could not get that gimmick to work. He didn't appear on any of the TakeOver shows, for example, but they love him on the main roster, so it would not surprise me if they put that IC title onto Elias, because I just think it will help him more. Seth Rollins really doesn't need it. He's just putting on great matches, whether he's got it or whether he hasn't. Elias can't do that. He needs the title. He needs people chasing after him. He needs to be able to gloat about being the best, which is why I think he gets the IC title here. Next up, we've got another grudge match. This is Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. The build to this has been awful. It's been absolutely awful. There's been several Raw segments that have just been... I mean, that one in particular, the Bobby Lashley's sisters segment, is one of the worst segments I have ever seen. It was trash. Personally, I can't wait for this feud to be over. I love Sami Zayn. I think he's very, very talented on the mic and in the ring. I think he will get a good match out of Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is obviously legit. He's a former MMA star. And so he can really go in the ring and he looks awesome. He's just absolutely jacked. He is built like a brick house. So it's going to be an interesting match. I think Sami Zayn will get a good match out of Bobby Lashley, but I'm just hoping Bobby Lashley wins so that we can all move on with our lives. Next up, another grudge match, Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal, and the build to this has been much better than what we saw from Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley, because there's been a lot of real backstage kind of brawls that have been brutal and interesting to watch, throwing each other into shutters, throwing each other into tables, into storage boxes. It's been pretty hard-hitting stuff, but I just don't see any way that Roman doesn't win this match. If they want Jinder to win, then they're gonna have to do something like bring back the Great Khali. Now, this was teased on Raw, where he was like, Jinder was talking about the Great, and then it turned out to be Sunil Singh. He was like, here comes the Great Sunil Singh. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they had got in touch with Khali, and he comes down and helps Jinder to win. But if this is clean, one-on-one, Roman will reign. Next up, we've got Carmella versus Asuka for the WWE Smackdown Live Women's Championship. This should be easy for Asuka. Asuka has beaten Carmella comfortably in the past. Carmella, though, has really come on in the past year. I think she's better on the mic. I think she's more confident in the ring. And it won't be as easy for Asuka, but Asuka really should be winning her first main roster title on this show. But she won't. And the reason that I say that she won't is because James Ellsworth is rumoured to be making an appearance. He was scheduled to appear in a show, I believe in Japan or China, and it all got cancelled last minute because that show is taking place at the same time as Money in the Bank. And that show had been booked since February. So clearly James Ellsworth has had to cancel for a reason. And everyone is saying that reason is he's going to be showing up at Money in the Bank. If he does, then I think he will help his old partner, which was Carmella, and I think he will help her retain over Asuka. And I think it's right as well. Asuka needs to overcome some obstacles, and maybe James Ellsworth is just the latest one. Maybe Asuka could go out and get Grim. And get Grim in her corner, and then Grim could take care of James Ellsworth. Asuka can take care of Carmella, and then finally, Asuka becomes a main roster champion. Next match I want to talk about is the WWE Championship match. This is a last man standing match. This is current champion AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And I really think Nakamura wins. So far, this series is level. I think AJ won one, Nakamura's won one, and there's been 2 draws. It started back when Nakamura won the Royal Rumble earlier in the year. That meant that they were having a match at WrestleMania, and then Nakamura turned heel and shocked the world. So I think that they've done a lot with Nakamura. I don't think they've just done that for this feud. And actually, I would like to see a Nakamura title reign. I would like to see Nakamura defend that championship against someone other than AJ Styles. This feud has been good. I know it's annoyed a few people because there's been some dodgy finishes. but as long as it's building towards a definitive end, then I can overlook that. I just hope Nakamura gets the victory, and then we, explore a Nakamura title reign, and then we can always do Nakamura AJ Styles in the future, and it'll be bigger as a result of all of this. So yeah, very interesting. I think they might keep it on AJ, but personally I would like to see it go on to Nakamura. The final normal match, one-on-one match if you will, is for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. This has had a lot of build to it because it features Ronda Rousey. Current champion Nia Jax takes on Ronda Rousey, and it's hard to see Ronda not win here. She just got announced that she's going into the UFC Hall of Fame. She is legitimately one of the baddest, most dangerous women in the world. She should easily beat Nia Jax, but she's not going to. I don't think WWE are going to put the title onto Ronda so soon and so easily. Like, this is her first singles match, for example. I don't think they're going to do that. I think what's going to happen is that Ronda will be on the verge of winning, but then whoever wins the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, that match will cash in on this match. So I think neither Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey are going to walk out as champion. I think it's going to be the person that wins the women's Money in the Bank. So we might as well get to that match next. This match is stacked. It's got Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. Now, personally, I would like Ember Moon to win it. I just think she's one for the future, and if she had the briefcase, they could kind of build her like they did Carmella. She could hold it for quite a while. She doesn't need to cash in this year. She can, just have good matches. People will pay attention because she is the Money in the Bank holder. So I just think there's a lot to explore there. I think people like Sasha will get title opportunities anyway. Same with Charlotte Flair. So they don't need the briefcase. Whereas Ember Moon, can't see her getting a title shot anytime soon. So I think she does. But I think the person that's winning here is Natalya. And the reason that I say that is because Natalya and Ronda have got a very close relationship. It's going to make for a very interesting story if Natalya cashes in and denies Ronda the title. And I think that's what will happen. It will surely lead to Natalya, who is a great wrestler. There's a big story to tell there, what with the Hart family and the Hart Dungeon, and taking on Ronda Rousey, who, as we've said, is one of the baddest women in the world. So that's what I think they will do with the women's title. I think Natalya wins Money in the Bank. I think Natalya cashes in. I think Natalya leaves as the Raw Women's Champion. And then finally, we need to talk about the men's Money in the Bank match. I don't think they're going to cash in on this show. I think they will carry it for a while. The people in this match feature Kevin Owens. We've got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, and then one from the New Day. And I think it's going to be Big E that will feature in this match. And I think it's Big E that is going to win this match. Now, that might surprise a lot of people, but there is a big rumour that Big E is on the verge of a big push. So if that is the case, then that could start here. Personally, I would like Finn Balor to win this. I'm just not seeing him get those main event opportunities. Same with Rusev. Rusev is so over at the moment with Rusev Day. He deserves that opportunity for a big title, but I don't think they're going to go that way. I think what they're going to do is give Big E that push. I think he's going to carry the briefcase for a while. I don't think he's going to turn on the New Day yet, but I think he will further down the line. And I think this is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to make for a very interesting story because you could be talking about the end of the New Day and the start of Big E as an absolute monster on that main event scene. So yes, that's my thoughts. I would love to know yours in the comments below. Don't forget to join me for that live stream on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing one on Saturday as well for NXT TakeOver, so you can get a taste as to what the live streams are like and what it's all about. But yes, Sunday is going to be the big one. Lots of great giveaways. There's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of chat. It's going to be awesome. So that's it, guys. Give the video a like if you liked it. Smash the subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully you join me for those live streams this weekend. Bye for now.